Welcome to AI Verdict. Today, we're cracking the code on Anthropic's entire Claude AI family. We're going to break down Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku. But, more importantly, we are going to uncover the brilliant advisor strategy that completely changes how you should be thinking about them. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which model, or, combination of models, is the right fit for you. Okay, let's get into it.
So let's start with a really common problem. You're looking at this whole lineup of powerful AI models, right? They've all got these cool, poetic names, a long list of specs, different price tags. How in the world do you actually choose the right one for your project? I mean, this is the central problem facing pretty much every developer and business out there right now.
For most of us, it feels a lot like this, doesn't it? You scroll, you pick the one that's at the top of the list, the one that seems like the most powerful, and you just kind of hope it's the right fit. But here's the thing. With the Claude family, that's a huge mistake. And I've spent weeks digging into all the details so you don't have to.
And here is the big twist. The most capable model in Anthropic's entire arsenal, well, it isn't actually the one you can get your hands on. There's a restricted, much more powerful version, and understanding why they keep it under wraps is really the key to understanding Anthropic's entire philosophy. So, to really get their strategy, we have to go back to the beginning. See, Anthropic isn't just chasing today's headlines. They're building for the long haul, for that deep relationship between information and intelligence.
The name Claude itself is a direct tribute to Claude Shannon. You might know him as the father of information theory. Basically, the math behind how we encode and send information. And this isn't just some clever name. It signals that Anthropic has this deep focus on the fundamental principles of intelligence itself. The whole family first showed up in 2023 with that classic three-tiered structure. But the 2026 generation, that was a major pivot. It wasn't just about making the models smarter. It was a fundamental shift towards what we call agentic AI. That is, AI that can act on its own to complete tasks with multiple steps. And this idea is absolutely central to their entire strategy. Okay, so let's break down each model one by one. And you'll see that each name, Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku, it really carries this kind of poetic logic that perfectly reflects what it was designed to do.
First up is Opus. I want you to think of Opus as the grand, complex symphony in the orchestra. It's designed for the absolute heaviest lifting, the most intricate reasoning, and the highest stakes tasks you can throw at it. Now, here's a fun fact. Opus 4.7 is actually a deliberately toned down, or nerfed, version of a much more powerful internal system they call Mythos. But even this public version is incredible. We're talking 98.5% vision accuracy, and this self-verification feature that literally lets it audit its own work for reliability. For fields like law or finance where that is absolutely critical, that is a total game changer. Next up, we have Sonnet. And just like the poem it's named after, it is all about balance and elegance. This model is designed to hit that perfect sweet spot, giving you incredible power without that top-tier price tag.
And the numbers really back this up. Sonnet 4.6 gives you near Opus-level reasoning for a much lower cost. It scores an impressive 79.6% on coding benchmarks and 72.5% on using tools. Get this, it even outperforms the previous version of Opus when it comes to financial analysis. For most businesses, this is going to be your workhorse.
And finally, we have Haiku. Just like the poetic form, it's fast, it's minimal, and it's precise. It's purpose-built for one thing, delivering good results incredibly quickly at a very, very low cost.
So here's the breakdown on that. Haiku delivers performance that's pretty much on par with an older Sonnet model, but it does it at a third of the cost and more than double the speed. I mean, that efficiency makes it perfect for high-volume jobs like customer service bots or any app that's processing thousands of real-time requests. Okay, so we've got the powerhouse, we've got the workhorse, and we've got the sprinter. Which brings us right back to that main question. Which one do you actually pick for your project? But this is where it gets so interesting. Anthropic's answer is revolutionary. You're not supposed to pick just one. The real power is unlocked when you make them work together as a team. This is what Anthropic officially calls the advisor strategy. And I promise you, once you grasp this concept, you're going to look at AI deployment in a completely new way. So here's how it actually works. The strategy is really simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You use the most intelligent model, Opus, as a high-level advisor. It does the heavy thinking. It plans the strategy, it reasons through all the complexity, and it oversees the big picture.
Then, you use the faster, cheaper models, Sonnet or Haiku, as the executives to actually carry out all the individual steps. It's like having a senior consultant guiding a fast, super efficient team.
And let me be really clear about this. This isn't just some clever trick that users figured out. Anthropic explicitly recommends this as the deployment pattern for serious production-grade systems. It's how you get that elite-level intelligence without paying the premium on every single action.
All right, now let's zoom out for a second. This strategy doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? It's part of a much bigger plan. And Anthropic is making these massive moves that really signal just how serious they are about being here for the long haul.
Take this number, $30 billion. That's how much they've committed to buying an Azure cloud capacity. That's not a short-term play. That is a foundational investment for massive, enterprise-level scale.
And on top of that, they've secured another $15 billion in investments from giants like Microsoft and NVIDIA. This is a war chest. It signals they are here to compete at the absolute highest level for a long, long time.
So their strategy is becoming really clear. Deep integration into the enterprise platforms that businesses already use, like Amazon Bedrock and Microsoft Foundry. Then it all ties back to that restricted model, Mythos. By keeping their most powerful tech reserved for the defenders of critical infrastructure, Anthropic is sending a very clear message. They are thinking about safety and consequences, not just raw power. So, after all of that, let's bring it all home with the final verdict. What does this all actually mean for you when you're sitting down to make a choice? Okay, here's the final take. For most developers and businesses, Sonnet 4.6 is the perfect place to start. It's just the most versatile. If you need pure speed and cost efficiency at a massive scale, Haiku 4.5 is your answer, no question. And for those really high-stakes, complex reasoning tasks, yeah, Opus 4.7 is worth the investment. But the ultimate takeaway? The real power comes from using the advisor strategy to layer them together.
So the question I want to leave you with is this. Are you just choosing a single AI tool, or are you building an intelligent AI team? That shift in perspective, it changes everything. If this breakdown helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe for more. And definitely let me know in the comments which model or which combination you're planning to use. I read every single one. Thanks for watching.